If you walked through the 2026 Beijing Auto Show, you would have come away with one very strong impression. Chinese automakers are no longer playing the catch-up game. Show just ended. The official numbers are in. Chinese brands unveiled 42 core new technologies in a single event, the highest count in the history of the show. But the number 42 isn't the part that should make you sit up. The part that matters is this. Not a single one of those 42 technologies is a slide deck concept. All of them are production ready. All of them are already integrated into vehicles. All of them can be driven off a showroom floor. That distinction changes everything. For most of the last 2 decades, the script in the global auto industry was predictable. European brands set the production standard. Japanese brands refined it. Chinese brands chased what the others had already built. Whenever the phrase Chinese new technology came up, it usually referred to something the rest of the world had already commercialized 5 years earlier. This Beijing Auto Show rewrote that script. Let me walk you through the technologies that genuinely matter. The first is Huawei's ADS-5 autonomous driving system. It delivers full scenario map-free navigate on autopilot. Translated into everyday language, it doesn't need pre-mapped high-definition data to operate. It can drive on essentially any road anywhere without prior mapping. Its traffic efficiency is reportedly 30% above the industry average. That means on the same stretch of road, it moves faster, more smoothly, and more like an experienced human driver than competing systems. The second is BYD's flash charging technology, validated in real-world testing at -30 degrees Celsius. If you live anywhere with a real winter, Northern Europe, Hokkaido, Canada, parts of the northern US, you understand why this matters. Cold weather range loss and charging failure have been one of the biggest unsolved problems in EV adoption for the past decade. This is the first real in-production solution. Third is NIO's self-developed 5-nanometer autonomous driving chip. It processes 80 billion data points per second. The number alone might not mean much, but here is the context. The number of companies in the world capable of producing chips at this performance tier can be counted on one hand. Chinese automaker designing one in-house is the single most consequential piece of news from this show. The fourth is XPeng's XNGP 4.0 system. It can autonomously avoid pedestrians and non-motorized road users in complex urban scenarios, with reported accident risk reduced by 50%. This is the inflection point where assisted driving becomes active safety. A genuinely meaningful step in the technology curve. The fifth, and arguably the most strategically important, solid-state battery technology. Multiple Chinese manufacturers showcased solid-state cells with over 1,000 kilometers of range and charging times reduced to around 15 minutes. The global auto industry has been talking about solid-state batteries for nearly a decade, with everyone waiting to see who would commercialize them first. At this Beijing show, it wasn't one Chinese company doing it. It was a group of them. Look at all 5 together and a clear pattern emerges. None of them are one more push and will catch up technologies. They are, we're now ahead and others need to catch us technologies. That's a fundamental shift. So how did this happen? A lot of explanations get thrown around. Government policy, market subsidies, industrial planning. All of those play a role, but none of them are the core driver. The actual core is this. Over the past decade, Chinese automotive companies have collectively invested more than 2 trillion yuan in research and development, trained over 1 million automotive engineers, and built a complete vertical supply chain, from raw materials to batteries to chips to motors to autonomous driving stacks to final assembly. This is a system built over 10 years, with real money, by an entire generation of engineers. It's not the result of any single technological breakthrough. It's the result of a comprehensive upgrade across an entire industrial base. And once industrial capability reaches a certain threshold, it triggers a chain reaction. The product layer starts to redefine consumer expectations in reverse. Here is what that means in practice. Historically, when consumers thought about cars, the mental defaults were luxury equals German, reliability equals Japanese, value equals Korean. That default mapping is being rewritten. The strongest autonomous driving system might now be Chinese. The longest range battery might now be Chinese. The fastest charging vehicle might now be Chinese. The deepest in-house chip integration might also be Chinese. When the best in class within an industry starts converging on one industrial cluster, the entire global market structure starts to shift. That's why the response from established global automakers in the days after this show has been so quiet. Here is not much left to say. Solid state batteries entering production, 5 nanometer self-developed driving chips, validated cold weather flash charging, map-free autonomous driving across all scenarios. These were supposed to be the technologies legacy automakers would roll out gradually over the next 5 to 10 years. Chinese brands packaged them all into a single auto show. The real signal this show sends isn't that Chinese automakers are strong. It's that the iteration speed of China's auto industry has now reached a level that's difficult for global competitors to match. For consumers, what does this mean? It means over the next few years, you'll be able to buy more advanced vehicles for less money. Smart driving, long range, fast charging, active safety, features that used to be reserved for premium tier vehicles are going to filter down into mainstream price segments much faster than the traditional industry pace allowed. That's the part of this Beijing Auto Show worth remembering. Not the number 42, but what those 42 technologies represent. An industrial capability that has quietly moved from follower to leader, while most of the world wasn't paying close attention. This shift didn't happen overnight, but it's becoming impossible to miss. And the Beijing Auto Show is just one of the stops where this story is being told out loud. The next chapters are going to be even more interesting.